dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it
What
needs
up, y'all? It's not John Cena. I don't know why I was going to say that. Probably because I'm looking at his name in my nose. But what up, y'all? It's KMV, the Sexy Ninja, not John Cena. Oh, I even jumped to the future in this one. I put May 21st, 2025, when it's really April 21st, 2025. I am off today. All right, good to know. We're talking about the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. WrestleMania has come and gone. You can check out my review for WrestleMania 41 that dropped yesterday, and my thoughts on the whole main event. And let's just start it off, and we'll talk about John Cena, because I'm not John Cena. I was annoyed the entire time. Even though he's doing his job, I still was not a fan of how the main event played out. I was listening to John going out, saying, he's being honest too. He's doing everything he said he was going to do. He's going to ruin wrestling for everybody and this and that. And I think I had such a sour taste in my mouth after the main event of WrestleMania Night 2 with Cody. I was like, what? Fine, John's champion. Then Randy comes out. Randy RKOs him. And I was like, okay, so we're going to have John Cena's greatest hits throughout the summer. And at BackLash, it's going to be him and Randy Orton for the championship. And John will keep going. And hopefully Cody comes back, because Cody was nowhere near on this show. He's disappeared, and I was kind of sad by that. And even there's a moment where John's like, and Cody Rhodes, and there was boos, and John even called it LIC. This is the problem with every single one of y'all. This was our relationship. You hate us, love us, this and that. So you mean nothing to me. And I'm going to take this championship and go home. But like I said, Randy is the one that got him, took him out with the RKO, so we know where they're going with this story. We get a women's tag team championship rematch. Becky and Lyra against Liv and Raquel. This was awesome. This was better than their WrestleMania match. I was just like, okay. But they went to town, and they had a really great tag team match. And out of nowhere, Liv and Raquel re-win, their championships back. 4-time women's champion, tag team champions. I was like, then what was the point? I know what the point was? Becky turns on Lyra. And there were some points, though, in this where I was like, okay, I guess Becky is going to go heel. I'm all for that. But Lyra, maybe you should sell that you're staying down, because when she kept beating up Lyra just kept looking up at her. And I'm like, stay down. Look down. Act like you got beat up. You just keep looking at her like a lost puppy. Like, what do I do now? But Becky beat her up, took her out. And the crowd was like, one more time. One more time. Vegas is ruthless. That's what Vegas is. Oh, my goodness. But, yeah, Liv and Raquel are four-time women's tag team champions. We go to the New Day, and they are our new world tag team champions. They're showing off their titles, saying no team can come near us. And we have Alpha Academy that comes out. I'm like, all right, awesome. And then the lights kind of go out, and guess who's back? We can finally celebrate Rusev Day in WWE. Rusev is back, and I was like, oh, all right. Rusev, that's cool. Sure. But Rusev is back, and he takes out, not the New Day, but he takes out everyone else, Alpha Academy and whatnot. But I was like, okay, I wonder if his wife is going to follow. I knew that Rusev's contract was up in AEW. He had 5 years. I didn't realize it was that long Rusev has been gone. But Rusev is here, so we can celebrate Rusev Day. I'm on the fence. I like Rusev, but I was never like the biggest. I hated Miro, which is funny. They're both the same character, but I didn't like Miro. But I like Rusev. We got the Judgment Day backstage. We got our boy Dominic Mysterio holding his Intercontinental Championship, looking good, looking fabulous. Our champion, man. But, then Liv and Raquel are celebrating. We got Golden Judgment Day. Finn comes in, and Liv is like, hey, at least that was the goal, right? The IC title coming to Judgment Day, either of you. And Finn's like, you know what? He's playing possum. Was it possum? Is that the word? No. He's playing coy about it. He's like, we're fine. We're fine. I'll stab you in the back later, you son of a bitch. And Carlito's like, we need gold. So the Judgment Day is A-OK for now. We have Io Sky coming out, doing a promo. She won that big triple threat match, which I got to say is my match of the weekend. After really thinking about it, I really enjoyed that triple threat match with all three women. It was awesome. But Stephanie Vancouver is here, and she tells Io, I want to face the best. And so what does that mean? Io's like, I'll face you. And Adam comes out. He's like, hey, Adam Pearce. He's like, well, do y'all want this match? Everyone screamed, hell yeah, we want to see this match. And Adam's like, let's make it official. He brought out a ref, and Io Sky versus Stephanie. Back and forth battle. Io being Io, like, but it ends in a DQ because here comes Roxanne, then here comes Julia, and Julia now is a heel because she beats up Stephanie. Then here comes Rhea. We tease Julia and Rhea for a little bit. I'm just like, oh, the possibilities are endless with this feud right here. So, it's going to come down to Rhea teaming up with Stephanie or Io, but Rhea picks up the title. And she gives the title back to Io and says, you know what, respect for now, but I'm coming back for that championship. You best believe that. But Jey Uso, our champion, beautiful package, a song by Macklemore, it really it really fit the story we were telling, especially in the package. It was beautiful and everything like that. I downloaded the song immediately right after because I was like, I want to listen. I was like, yeah, Jey, I love you, Jey. Yeet. And he comes out to a thunderous applause. Everyone yeeting, and they call for an encore. He yeets, and he says his things, and then here comes Sami Zayn, so more of a special moment. Then an even bigger special moment, Jimmy comes out, and all three of them celebrate. And I want to ask, if I was not the only one, who the hell thought Sami Zayn was going to turn on Jey Uso? I sure as hell did. I was like, oh, here it comes. Here it comes. No, it's coming, though. No, it was just a big, happy celebration with Jey Uso, Sammy, and Jimmy. So much love to all of them, especially Jey Uso, our new world champion. Then we get Kathy with Logan from WrestleMania. Then we get Jackie with AJ, then Karrion Kross. I'm like, I just don't care for the story. But Karrion Kross said some things. He said some things. He was like, you know what? I've been in this business for a while, and Logan Paul is privileged. He just comes in and takes, the spot. And I've been here for how long? This is bullshit. And he's not wrong. He is not wrong at all. So, but I don't think many people are asking for Karrion Kross, or are we? I see people like rooting for him, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'm not the biggest Karrion Kross fan, but we're trying to get up to our main event, the Intercontinental Championship match. Dominic's first challenge here is Penta. Penta wants a shot at Dominic Mysterio's Intercontinental Championship. But before then, Gunther's out there. He's yelling at Cole. He's yelling at Pat. And Cole gets up. He's like, I'm sorry, man. You tapped out to Gunther. And Gunther didn't like that. He grabbed Cole. Pat stepped in, pushed Gunther away. And we thought that was the end of it. And Gunther just chokes out Pat. Pat's homies jump over the barricade. It's chaos. Oh, my gosh. And then we had to go to a commercial break. They send Joe out there to take over. They're taking Pat to the back, after Gunther's heinous act and everything. And Adam's telling Cole, just take the night off, man. Your buddy's hurt, blah, blah. Joe's out there. He's like, no, we can't have this happen. We can't let these wrestlers beat us up for us doing our job. You can't stop me. And he comes back out to finish the show with Joe. And Joe asked him, was like, are you all right? And he's like, yes, I am. But Cole comes out and says, I'm going to do my job no matter what. You can't stop us and you can't hurt us. Then we go into our Intercontinental Championship match, Penta versus Dominic Mysterio. Awesome. And guess who comes back? JD McDonough. Oh my goodness, I was so happy to see Big Head Boy gets the win with Dominic Mysterio over Penta, and Dominic is still our Intercontinental Champion. The Judgment Day looks like they're all back together, and we're just wondering when is the time to finally break them all up. But welcome back, JD McDonough. I felt like he should have got a bigger role as coming back, but hey, it's JD McDonough. The dude is a warrior, man. When he got hurt and everything like that, we all showed our love for him, and I'm glad JD is back. Then we go into an El Grande Americano package. Then we finally get Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. And Seth says these things. Paul says these things. Seth's like, these two are basically unstoppable. Paul says he is the number one person in WWE. He's going to be champion. And, of course, here comes CM Punk. He's wrapping his fist in tape, and Seth is like, okay. Then they get in a big old fight. Then he gets taken out. Then here comes Roman, and Roman tries to take him out. And then after we thought all was done, there was a trick up Paul and Seth's sleeve, and that is Braun Breaker joining the Messiah, the Revolutionary, Mr. Seth freaking Rollins and Paul Heyman. This heinous group becoming one. Braun Breaker takes out Roman and through a barricade and brings in Roman. Seth curb stops CM Punk and Roman. That's the way we get in the show with Paul, Braun, and Seth standing tall over our two heroes. What's going to happen next week in Kansas? So I was like, whoa. Okay, all right, let's see where this goes then. I hated the starting of the show, but I'm all for this. My match of the night is Becky, Lyra versus Liv and Raquel because it was 10 times better than their WrestleMania match. Moment of the night, I got to say, Rhea and Julia, the tease there. I was like, okay, I want to see that match, and the big love and comeback is JD McDonough, and I give this Raw a solid 4 out of 5. Yes. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. WWE Unreal is coming to Netflix. It's a documentary of behind the scenes. Then we get May 10th is BackLash. SummerSlam August 2nd and 3rd. And then Survivor Series is coming to San Diego November 29th. Well, let's see. 29th, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 5 days after my birthday, we get Survivor Series in San Diego. And we're at Kansas next week. All right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Share it with your grandma, share it with your grandpa, share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
We knew it was a matter of time. He's back.